Hello, my dear yogis. This practice today will start standing at the top of your mat. So meet me there. You're going to place your feet in a comfortable distance apart from one another. For some that is hip width apart, for others this is wide, or quite close together, or anywhere in between. Now look down to your feet and just make sure that you're having the heels a little bit wider apart than your big toes, meaning your little toe sides of the feet should be more or less parallel to the sides of your mat. Now, lift your toes, spread your toes. Also, if you can, you try to spread the toes. Feel the energy that this activation wakes up in your legs. Trying to spread the toes. Now, keep them spreading as good as you can as you lower the toes back down. Now I'm just going to show you something. At the mount of your big toe and at the mount of your little toe, right here, along with the two corners of your heels, those 4 points, I want you to really ground into the floor. At the same time, between the mount of little toe and mount of big toe, imagine that there's an arch. Just as there's an arch between the mount of the big toe and the one side of the heel, and the outer side of the heel and the mount of the little toe. So these 3 arches between the mount of little toe, the mount of big toe, on the inner side and on the outer side of the foot. These 3 arches you want to shorten. And then just forget everything I just said, relax. Soften the legs, don't ground through your feet, just dance around, shifting the balance a bit around the feet. Just so we can come in again and notice the difference. So, stand up tall, choose the distance between your feet that suits you. Little toe sides of your feet are more or less parallel to the sides of the mat. Look down, lift the toes, spread them. Spread, spread, spread. Keep the energy in your feet and your legs, even up through your core, pelvic floor space. All of that wakes up a lot easierly when you have the feet engaged. Now, lower the toes down, but don't lose the energy. Those 4 corners of your feet, ground them down, and then shorten and lift up through those 3 arches like you are sucking up the floor. Feel how the body wants to grow taller. Now turn your hands open. Let the crown of the head lift up towards the ceiling. Then open your eyes if they have closed. Shift your weight into your right foot so that your left leg can come up. You start to circle, moving the knee out to the side, down and around. So we're adding a bit of a movement challenge to the balance we're now trying to hold here in the right foot. Keep engaging down through those 4 corners of the standing foot. Keep trying to shorten and thereby lift up the arches. Good. Take one more circle and then place the foot down again. Sit into Utkatasana. Lift, spread the toes on both feet and then lower them down again. Shorten the distance between your sit bones. Now, shift the weight into the front feet as you lift the heels. Focus your gaze somewhere. Now lower the hips a bit close to the floor. Keep moving the sit bones a bit together. Finding balance. Lower the heels. Stand up. Hands to heart. Hands next to hips. If you've lost the connection to your feet, wake them up again. We're going to find the balance on the left foot. So when you're ready, your right foot comes up. It starts to circle. Be curious about the movement here. Watch how that left foot ankle constantly is creating smaller, bigger corrections here so that you can hold your balance even as the right leg shifts around. Circle once more and then find Utkatasana. Lift, spread the toes and then ground them down, draw the sit bones together. Focus eyes, softness on the sides of your neck. Lift the heels. Watch if you're kind of sending the inner ankles out. Try to keep the hips, the knees, the ankles more or less on one line. Sit down. Then lower the heels, push up. So your balance, as we move through these balance poses, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just invites you to become present. And it invites you to practice being kind, even when you're doing it's not perfect, that you're experiencing turbulence. Yeah, we want to be able to do that on the mat, in a physical pose, but we really want to cultivate those qualities of being kind and allowing ourselves to adjust, even through turbulence, when we're also not on the mat and not just doing physical work, but also mental or emotional work. Lovely. At the top of your mat, lift, spread the toes. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, and we will rise again. Hands to heart. Good. Pick up your left knee, put it into your left hand. Then draw the left shoulder onto the back and down. Yeah, so it doesn't get pulled forward, but we move it onto the back and down. Whoop, finding balance. Good. Now lower the left hip a bit down. If it is available to you, you can also take the peace fingers, take the arm onto the inner side of the leg, and then catch your big toes. From here, you can either half straighten or full straighten out your leg. Yeah, the right arm can move out to the right side. I'm just going to turn around again. Now lift the heart forward towards your knee. Stand tall. Now open the leg to the side, to the left side. Finding 4 corners in the standing foot, shortening the 3 arches. And then take it through the center, switch the hands, bringing either right hand around the knee or right hand to little toe side of foot. You can half straighten or full straighten your leg if you're here. Bring the leg a bit across to the right, left arm opens out behind you. You might rotate the head. Just be mindful of both your neck and your balance here if you rotate the head. Lower the left hip a bit down, lift the right hip a bit up. And come back to the center. Now hold the leg, either bend or straight, out in front. Reach the arms up. Lift up and out of the standing foot. You can even find this energy in the flying foot, so you spread the toes there. Now take one more breath in, then send it out behind you. Then the flying leg starts to bend. Now we want to place this left knee to the outer side, little toe side of the standing foot. You might come down. You can also take your hands to the floor. We're going to sit all the way down. Both sit bones are on the inner side of that left heel. Sit up very tall. And then exhale, twist. Wrapping that left arm around. Enjoy not having to work against gravity here. And then rotate back forward. From here, we're going to come to a standing lunge. So shift your weight forward. You're welcome to use your hands, but you can also take the challenge of not using hands. Shift your weight forward. Step all the way out. Reach the arms up when you arrive. Now with an exhale, turn the chest to the right. Left arm forward. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, last time. You come back to the center. Warrior 2, turning chest to the left. Adjusting the feet. Sit down into your front knee. Now straighten out both legs. Rotate so the big toes turn a bit in, the heels a bit out. Interlace the hands behind you. Inhale, heart goes up. Exhale, send the sit bones out behind you. Forward fold. Shift the weight a bit forward so you also hold weight in the front and the feet. And then to come up, have a bend in your knees, a grounding in your feet, rise all the way up. Step to the front end of your mat. Look to your feet, lift and spread the toes, ground them down, let the energy both root you down and thereby travel up. Good. When you're ready, the right knee comes into the right hand. Draw that right shoulder blade onto the back and down. You can stay, or you can take the peace fingers to the big toe. Now, half straighten or full straighten out the leg. Keep that shoulder blade back and down. Left arm can move out to the left. Open the leg to the right. If your neck and balance are all right with it, you can turn the head and look to the left side. Keep grounding down and thereby lifting up. The eyes are focused, but it's important that the eyes are also soft. Bring that leg in across, switch. So the left hand comes to outer side of knee or foot. Draw that left shoulder blade onto the back and down. Maybe eventually you look towards the right hand as it reaches out behind you. You standing on the standing foot, are you grounding through it? Come back to the center, hold the leg out in front, arms up. Leg can also be bent. Take a breath in. And then out behind you, start to bend the flying leg. Right knee comes to little toe side of standing foot. Take your time. Sit all the way down. Both sit bones to the floor. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, rotate around. Relax the jaw. Melt the shoulders out of your ears. Come forward, shift forward, reach the arms forward. We somehow eventually arrive in our high lunge. When we arrive, we inhale, raising the arms overhead. Exhale, rotate to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale. To the front into warrior two. Sit down. Feel empowered by yourself. Straighten out the legs. Rotate the toes so they turn in, the heels a bit out into this, the hands behind you. Inhale, heart up. Bend in your knees. Exhale. Sit bones out behind and up as you fold. And then grounding through your feet to rise all the way up. Step to the top end of your mat. Arriving. Feeling both feet on the floor. If you want, you close the eyes. Notice your balance. Where is your balance point? Open your eyes. Take your hands to the heart. Now, a distance which is comfortable between your feet, I'm going to recommend that your feet are as close as possible. We're going to lift the heels up. What sometimes happens is that, I'll over-exaggerate, but people send their ankles out to the sides. I want you to have heels more or less in line with your second toe the entire time. Now, if you have the legs quite close together, you can really squeeze the inner ankles and inner knees together. Yeah? It gives you a bit of a broader foundation if the legs are further apart. But it also helps you to be able to squeeze in. So you can figure it out, what works best for you. Now, roll the shoulders onto the back and down. Look down, lift, spread your toes. Keep the energy in the front of the feet as you activate the thighs and push down through your toes until your heels have no other choice but then to start lifting up. Watch if you're sending the inner ankles apart. Keep them parallel. Now, find your focus here. I want your grounding point, of course, in your feet, but also in your pelvic floor to activate. Yeah. Even keep this focus in your pelvic floor and feet, even when you reach the arms overhead. So we want this grounding point to stay quite low, even though the body is growing longer as the arms reach up. Now, take the hands back to the heart, and then start as slow as you can to bend the knees. lowering the hips in the direction of your heels. Be curious about how slow you can make this transition. Don't send the ankles out. Maybe even squeeze the inner knees together. If you come down before me, we're just going to sit in balance there, hips on heels. When you arrive, take your time, but when you arrive, lift the pelvic floor a little higher. Let the spine go a little taller. Don't let the inner ankles fall apart. And then from here, come all the way down to sit. Yeah. When you sit down, open the knees apart, take your peace fingers to your big toes. Move the heart forward, the bones of the upper arms a bit back, then lean back, and then lift your feet off the floor, balancing here on the sit bones. Yeah, if you feel like you're rounding a bit, it could help you to come down. Just pull the flesh out behind you from both sides, and then come back in. Now, half straighten the right leg out, maybe full straighten it. Now press through that right heel if it's full straight. Lift the shoulder blade onto the back and down. Bring it back in. Readjust your position here. Left leg, half or all the way out. Press through the heel. All the way in. Both legs. Whether you are all the way out or not, you might take the hands off. Bend the legs again, catch the feet. Come to sit, feet come down. Lead with the heart as you fold forward. Relax the jaw. You know, when you are sometimes watching Netflix and you fall asleep on the couch and you wake up and you notice that you've drooled. I know you know that, it happens to me as well. But that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the kind of jaw we want to have here. That's soft. And then come up. Yeah, we're gonna lie down on our backs. Bring the knees in towards your chest. We have arrived on the back. We do not have to work a whole lot to lift the body up and out of the floor anymore. We're starting to come into ground. Let the arms open to a T, take a twist to whatever side you want. Let the body be heavy. Now notice if you're holding strain still, holding tension still somewhere, might be in shoulders, in that dear jaw, maybe in your mind, fingers, toes could also be tight. Because when you notice that even when you think you're relaxing and you notice, oh, there's still tension there, and you can let it go, that is just a very valuable practice. When you are still holding tension, even when you think you're letting go, or when you're still holding tension, you are not getting the most of this as you could. You're unawarely, through that tension, sending a signal to your nervous system telling that you are not safe, that the nervous system still has to not completely let you calm down, still has to stay a little bit on guard. So as you take the twist to the other side, just arrive in that twist on the other side and then just scan through your body gently from crown of head to your big toes eventually, noticing any areas you might be holding tension and then letting it go so you can get the most of this. And then release the twist, come into Shavasana. Full open body, relaxed state. Just take a minute or two here together. Let the body completely release into the floor. Reminding yourself and every cell and fiber of your body that you are safe. That you are supposed to be right here on this mat. Nothing else to do that would bring you more than this right now. Allow yourself to relax here, to fully be here. And then start to deepen your breath, moving your fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. And then bring yourself over the side. And all the way up to sit. You can find your hands in prayer in front of heart. I pray for you that you will take some of the kindness, self-kindness with you that you get to practice when you practice balancing. Pray for you that you will talk to yourself like you talk to a good friend. Then you can blink the eyes open. Namaste.